Howdy folks, Dave Man here, Rollman Revolution. You know, I started thinking the other day about several things, actually, because I continue to keep seeing this, I don't know what it is exactly, but I continue to keep seeing this mammoth, Goliath, evil, just hunkering down within Washington, D.C. I don't know what really these people are thinking. I don't know how anyone at this point in time can second guess where we are in our nation's history with the budget issues that are absolutely something that we need to get a handle on. We have reached this event horizon, which I've said before, and these people are talking about it. I mean, they're arguing right now at, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, up to in some days, and I think they've restarted again at midnight again tonight, and there are people still arguing for increased funding to the Ukraine, open borders policy, that we need to put more funding in trying to get people processed. And I mean, I don't understand where these human beings are coming from. I mean, this is very black and white. There is no money. We have $5 trillion coming in, and you are spending $7 trillion, and you have no answer as to where this other money is coming from. We have a $33 trillion deficit. We continue to keep adding, and this keeps compounding on. I mean, technically, in my opinion, the Federal Reserve should be destroyed, because that is allowing you to write checks you cannot cash. You do not have the funds for. You are kiting checks and writing shit off the back of the American taxpayer, who is being stomped on right now. And you all are sitting there still arguing as if this is not happening. What has happened to humanity to the point where you completely lost the way of what being human is all about? And in America, of all things, which is the most giving country of all time, we give more of our money away to foreign countries than anybody else. And we take and shit on the people within our own country by the leaders we put into power. And I don't understand how you can sit there still in the late night hours arguing for more money to go overseas or more money to go to your special interest people, when we need to be making cuts, severe, unbelievably serious cuts, in order to get control over the spending that you have haphazardly allowed to go on for the last 3 years. I mean, this is on Biden's watch. This Congress has allowed the spending to just go a free-for-all. And now when push comes to shove, and we're calling in the fact that, hey, look, Mother Hubbard's cupboard's empty, you're spending at a rate that we are not taking in what you're spending, and yet you still want more. And the American people are saying no, but you have this whole thing twisted with the media by just causing more confusion, because most American people don't have the time to sit at home and watch the shit that's going on in DC all day long, or listen to, contented, heavy programs that actually go into the reasons why nobody has that time. Because everybody's spinning their wheels right now, paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, charging their credit cards up because you created this disaster. I am just blown away over the fact that you people can sit there with this just evil mind and continue to think that you're legislating and representing the people that put you there in the first place. You're a bunch of traitors. Anyone who's not serious about what is going on with the budget in this country or taking care of the people at home, you are fucking traitors. You don't know what an oath is. You don't know anything because you're so caught up. You got somebody with their hand so far jammed up your ass because you owe them money or you owe them favors or you owe them something because they got you elected or they got you this or they got you that or they put a little extra money in your NGO or NPO. Look, the game is over. You have sold this country out. And you're going to continue to keep playing the game and think that the American people aren't paying attention now. They are paying attention. The problem with it is I want more people to start informing more people because, again, these people in D.C. do not give a shit. You can see in their remarks on the House floor, you can see that they are just arguing as if, no, they don't care that the fact that the country could potentially go bankrupt. Well, I know it's going to go bankrupt, and they just don't care. They don't see 10 feet in front of them. They are only seeing, I got to take care of my special interests. I got to take care of the people that I promised. I got to take care of my good old Wall Street buddies. This is insanity, and you all know it. And again, I am floored how the American people, or anybody at this point, cannot see the lawfare that is going on with Donald Trump. I just cannot. I saw a guy today who was wearing a shirt saying, put him in jail, arrest him, or some bullshit on his shirt. And I'm like, you really believe that? When you have the worst tyrant sitting in the White House right now, his whole family's involved in all sorts of different bullshit that we have actual evidence for. And you're going to say that this man, because you heard a tweet or you heard something that the media probably fed into your fucking brain. You need to start looking at results, people. Look at what the man actually accomplished and then try to understand the reasons why they're trying to put him in jail for bullshit. I don't understand. As a person who did not vote for Donald Trump in 2016, okay, but look, I vote people based upon their record. You are what you say you are. And if you do what you say you do, if you're a person who does says what they mean and means what they say and then acts upon that, that is a person you need to pay attention to. And I said this back in 2017, shortly after he got into office. And my video's still out there. You want to go see it if you don't believe me, okay? And I said the first 100 days are the most important. And so far, this man has actually done everything he said he's going to do. And if he continues down this road, he is a person to be, he's a game changer. He's a person you need to pay attention to. The only reason why I got back into this fight is because I saw somebody for the first fucking time in 25 years that actually was trying to return the power back to you. And yet, there are still people I see shitting on this man or saying he should go to jail or he should. I don't know what you're listening to or who you're listening to, but let's go and have a conversation. Please, let's sit down, because sometimes I think this may be first impressions, because first impressions, we all know how that goes. Everybody always wants to make sure you have a good first impression, okay? And if you rub somebody the wrong way or you hear something about somebody the wrong way, you have these preconceived notions going into it. And I want to clear the air. Again, I'm not about trying to convince somebody of anything. I just want people to see maybe what I see, or maybe look at a person not based on the way that they are, because you're not marrying anybody here, okay? You're looking for a person who is going to put you first, put you in the room to make the decisions for this country, which is the way our Constitution was intended. But these fuckers in D.C. right now are battling out on a way to figure out how they can squeeze more money out of you. And while they're doing this, they're calling you the idiot, you the problem, and that you're in their way. You're creating all of this disruptance, and you don't know you're this ignorant group of people, the cesspool. It's unreal how human beings have gotten to this point where lies and, just pure tribalism of the most insane and diabolical sense. This is unreal. This is truly unreal. You are witnessing true evil at play here. That we are actually sitting here arguing until late night hours about a budget that is clear as day. That anybody with half a sense can look at the black and the red on the paper and say, whoa, wait a minute, we are spending way too much goddamn money and we need to figure out where all these problems are and where we can cut. And I can tell you right now where you sure cut, because the Republicans in Congress have the control. You should be cutting in all of these agencies that are creating lawfare against their opponents. You can defund agency. The power of the purse is in the hands of the House. I don't understand why the conservative group, you guys call yourself conservatives, but yet you don't want to do what you claim to do, because again, you're already subservient to some other individual. You don't serve the American people. You serve special interests. You serve big guns, big manufacturing. You've got to put the bombs, bullets, and the boots on the ground, right? So you got to make sure that those things are taken care of first, not Americans. You got to remember, this is American people's money, and you work for them. This elitistness, I don't know where this has come from, where the human being has actually come off, but you are no better than us. And as a matter of fact, the way that this whole Constitution is structured is an upside down pyramid. The people have the power, and you are just an instrument, a voice of the people, or at least you should be, but you've turned this into a dictatorship. You turned this into a system that turn the laws, and manipulate the laws against its own citizens in order to keep them silent, in order to shut them up, in order to manipulate them, drag them into court, do all sorts of just different dirty things that you know deep down is just horseshit. And again, I'm just often wondering who you serve. Who do you serve? What is it that you get out of bed every single morning and realize, man, I got to figure out a way to fuck up over an innocent person? I mean, I just often wonder what kind of human being it takes to do something like that. Because that's really what's going on here. And again, I said it before and I say it again, I'm not one of those people who are sitting in the back row going, Trump, 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 Trump. I think Trump has done an excellent job as president. But I wasn't a person who was cheerleading. I'm not a star fucker. I look at the individual based upon their merits, what they've done. That's how you run a company. That's how you run and manage anything in life. Again, if you're going to hire a butler for your house, you're going to make sure the butler's doing the job that they're supposed to be doing correct, or whatever service that you do. But we're not thinking that. We're thinking with emotion. We're using emotion. Oh, I don't like the way he talks. Fuck the way he talks. Is he effective at what he does? Is she effective at what she does? What are we doing? That's what I'm saying. We need to start looking at things as if you do in your own household. This lying in America, this shit's got to stop. And it stops with you. By you making them people stop. You tell them, fuck these people. You get in their face. You make a stink. You tell them exactly how you feel. This isn't a Democrat-Republican thing anymore. I don't know how many times I got to say this. This is a difference between good and evil. And this is a battle for America. If these people spend any more money, or put Donald Trump into jail, or any of these people that have done nothing wrong, you can see what has happened. Look what's happened in China. Look what happens in Venezuela. Look what happens in Brazil. Look what happens in all these countries in which you have fixed elections and you have the justice system working towards one type of justice towards one person and another type of justice towards... This is madness, regardless of what party or group you put yourself into. One day, if you let this shit go on, one day, it just may be your group that somebody's coming after. And then wipe out your whole family, to put your family in jail. You have no idea. This is what people leave countries for. Is this kind of shit going on here? And we're just walking around bumping into each other saying, oh, I don't like this guy. You got to stop. We all need to stop and start listening to each other. And start sitting down at the table and saying, look, why do you not like this person? I'm starting to believe that this is a cognitive dissonance. This has all been fed by the media. The media has gotten people into a point where they think, they got people automatically assuming, yeah, I believe that. I already knew that. Yeah, I always thought about it. This is nonsense. This is all CIA bullshit tactics fed from them. Then the media then reads the script off every fucking damn night and tries to push things down a certain narrative corridor. And a lot of Americans still fall for this. But at the same time, People are waking up every single day. But they can wake up even faster if you get involved and you start making a difference in your community. Everything that you do, it changes the game. Everybody thinks that what the fuck am I? What is my? I'm not going to make any damn difference. Trust me, you don't think you make a difference. I only started recording videos about a month and a half ago, and people already know who the heck I am. Because again, it matters to me, and it should matter to you, because there is something you can provide to your community or in your district that can ultimately change the outcome of the people you see, the ones representing you, the laws, the lawfare. You and your voice, your family's voice, your community's voice is what controls this country. People have got to take their power back and start to realize they are in charge. Stop believing this. Look, we are one of the richest countries in the world, yet we are skimming paycheck to paycheck. They're sending billions of dollars overseas, and they're asking you to pay for it. Do you see how insane this is? And yet, they're arguing right now in the middle of the night to try to get more from you. Complete and utter madness. And this is why I said before, America is truly in this state of shock, which they've created. They've created this so that you and I butt heads on a regular basis, argue over the bullshit nonsense, the noise they have created. It's irrelevant. Stop that. Push it aside. Don't even bother with it. After you've been doing this for a very long time and start watching what these animals do on a regular basis, you can see their predictability. They're like anything else in life. It's really pathetic, because most of the people up in Washington, D.C., and even in some of your state senates and local stuff, they're all just the same carbon copy, 3D image of the same friggin' thing. They don't serve you. The only reason they got to these positions in many cases is because they kept sucking the teat of some special interest or some other group or thing, with the ultimate goal of when they get into their position that they're going to owe the favors to those people, or the kickbacks are going to start happening, or whatever you want to call it, the back alley deals. America's had enough of this shit. And I can guarantee you start putting honest people who actually give a shit about this country, who actually give a shit about you, you will start to see a 180 overnight. This is not complicated. Look what Donald Trump was able to accomplish. And again, I'm only saying this because you're looking at his merits, not the person, his merits, what he was able to do. Under the circumstances he was able to do it in. Look what he was able to do in just a 4 years' time. Imagine if that could continue on. Imagine if that could continue on right now. You would be in much better shape than you are right now. Right now you are sucking it. And this has all happened in less than, 2.5 years? And then the COVID started. Look, it's the amount of lies, the mountain of lies that this administration and many of the people within the administrative state media have pushed on you over these few years. They all belong in prison. High crimes. These are crimes against humanity in so many different ways. And yet, some people out there are still not fighting. This is your life and livelihood and the lives of the people that you love, your family. It matters. It truly matters. I am not asking anybody to love it, live it, bleed it every single day, but you need to know what the hell is going on. You need to inform yourself and govern yourself accordingly, because these people don't give a shit about you. And I am looking out for you because I'm just like you. I need to pay attention because you know what? These people will do whatever they have to do to squeeze you and I even more dry, turning us into permanent slaves. We're almost there. And this budget shit that's going on in DC right now, these arguments in the late night hour, they matter, because now we're going to get to find out who the true traitors are, who the true tyrants are, all of it. Any person who is willing to write checks higher than a budget that we can even pay for, no, those people are in prison. Because they know exactly what doing that is going to entail. The end of this nation. And I'm not a doom and gloom guy. I'm looking at things in the reality. This whole It's hard to imagine that a very small portion of people have such a huge impact over the lives of so many of the other people around them. And this is because we've yielded our power and gave it to them freely. Just fuck it. Here you go. We've abdicated our votes. We've abdicated our power for a long, long time. And this is the result. This is what we get. We get shit. The government is not good at doing any fucking thing. Nothing. They can't balance a budget. They can't. They get us involved in all these wars. You know, we got fentanyl coming across the border. But they're not good at doing anything. But yet they touch everything. They're involved in everything. They got a regulatory agency for everything. Why do we allow them to touch everything if everything they touch turns to shit? Why? The education system. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on. But the only way this changes is if you get involved and you make it a priority, put it in the center of your life and say, you know what, I don't have to live it and bleed it, but I sure as hell need to know what the hell's going on. Because my kids matter, my family matters, and my community matters. And I'm tired of working 20-hour fucking days or working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. It's not the way it was supposed to be. Never was supposed to be like this. And the only reason why the wage gap and everything else keeps getting worse is because these people are running away with all your money. They're stealing it. They're a bunch of crooks, every single one of them. And they're using you and this country and everything this country has been able to build over the time. They're just pissing it all away. They're writing checks. And again, it comes back to that Federal Reserve. That needs to go in the fucking toilet as well. That is a Ponzi scheme. It is garbage. We should be printing our own Treasury Notes, backed by gold or some other precious metal. This is horse crap. I'm literally in a state of shock, just like most of America. Not because I'm drawn in by this on a regular basis, or it kind of bothers me because I hate fucking liars. I cannot stand people who will sit there deadpan faced, look at you and tell you falsehoods on a regular basis like it doesn't matter. It blows my mind that human being, we expect our children to tell the truth, always respect your elders. We drill this into them. How can you expect a child to follow that when we have adult children who just do whatever the hell they want whenever they want? No, I'm sorry. Anyone in Washington, D.C., I may be in a state of shock, and the country may be all messed up, and we all may be fighting, and we're fighting on different fronts or whatever the heck it is. But I can guarantee you one thing, win or lose, whoever decides to keep writing all these checks, continues to keep raising our debt, whoever continues to keep doing that, we are going to find you. We're going to call you out. And I can tell you what, you'll never serve a day in government again. I mean, I'd pack your bags and get the hell out of the country personally, because this is going to get messy. You are now destroying the lives of American people by the decisions that you make. And you're not even listening. You're not even listening. It's really a damn shame. Really a damn shame. But I'm telling you what, you're not going to win. You may win the arguments at the table. You may even bankrupt the country, but I'm telling you what, man, you're not going to win. We are coming. And when we do, it's going to be magical. Anyway, I've said enough. Check me out, RollmanRevolution.com. There's plenty of other videos out there. And again, I'm just like you, America. I'm just like you. This whole thing bothers me to the core. And when I say that, I know what this is, but whilst I'm here in this, I'm not going to let any other human being or any other thing or any other government try to dictate my life because they want to be haphazard and stupid. No. This is when we all band together and recognize what truth is and recognize that we're all in the same boat. We're all seasick. And we all know what this is all about. We all recognize the truth. Let's get out on the battlefield. Let's do this together. I hope to see you guys soon. Take care.